Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformer Studio Series 86, number 8, Gnaw. You can see them there in his Sharkticon mode. We'll put that off to the side. Go look at the box real quick. You can see right there, yes, he is, yes, of course, the good old Studio Series box. You see a bit of artwork there of him getting all mad and stuff. We've got Gnaw and, well, the Quintesson symbol and the Transformers movie and Transformers and Generations and Takara Tomy and Hasbro 8 Plus. Up here you got the window and the movie logo. On the side you got, well, a close-up of Gnaw and Studio Series and Deluxe Class down here. On this side you have same artwork, Authentic Transformers 86. Bottom you got copyrights and all that stuff. And on the back you have product shots and more warnings and of course backdrop included and yeah, the whole tagline of the thing. And see, Gnaw and the Sharkticons lurk beneath the Quintesson courtroom, ready to carry out the sentence of any bot unlucky enough to fall victim to the Quintesson justice. All right. It also comes with instructions, which, you know, they work pretty well. I mean, considering it's actually a fairly simple transformation. And yeah, there you go. Gnaw. Good old Gnaw. Yeah, so this is the second release of a Gnaw, oh, actually probably third release in the last few years of a new Gnaw, last few years, since the original G1, because there was the Titan's Return, there was Cyberverse, and now there's this one. And yeah, you can see he is a Sharkticon, which, yep, kind of a weird, very spiky, mean-looking thing that looks like a cross between a piranha and a shark. You can see that, yeah. Yeah, mostly kind of, you know, different shades of gray here. He's got some bits of this purplish, pinkish color. You got some blue on the side. You got some blue on the feet. You got the blue tail. You got the fins and spikes. Got these very metallic green eyes, the little red dots, and the silver teeth, and little reds and greens there. Yeah, little blues of blue here and there. Yeah, looks pretty nice. Looks pretty nice. Some gappage here, right here, where things kind of tab together. Can't get it to go any further. This is looser than I like. It's supposed to spin around, but it's a little looser than I like. And also, this is one of the things is in the box. There's a bit of assembly required. You have to attach this, and actually, I believe most of this piece right here has to be attached because there's a little rail you have to put in. Thankfully, they tell you what to do with that stuff. I mean, it's not difficult to figure out, but they tell you what to do. It's just in case you're lost. There's a little port right here because he comes with a gun, which you can store here. You know, there's a little peg on this thing, so you can just peg that around there if you want to store that. I guess you got a little shoulder cannon of sorts. There you go. That. Yeah. Nice little thing. There's a bit of fuzz just hanging around on the thing. But yeah. Yeah. Nice. Pretty nice looking. Pretty close to movie accurate, which is good considering it's a Studio Series figure. Yeah. Articulation. Well, his mouth can open quite a bit. Yeah. You can see his head. You can, but they kind of try to hide it. But yeah, you can just straight up just see his head just chilling out in his mouth, which I think that's one thing that does worse than the Titan's Return version, which very much so is you can just see the head right there. But yeah, the mouth can open really far. Even the upper part can open too, although it does look a little goofy if you open it too wide. The arms here can swivel forward and back. Well, not swivel, yeah, swivel forward and back right there. Although they're tight enough that it often tends to make the mouth open if you don't hold the mouth in place. There's a hinge here at the elbow, which, you know, get a bit of curl there, and that's the articulation there. You got the hips, so you got full rotation. You got outward if you want. You got a rotation there, and you got knees, and there's your rotation there. And of course, you got this can swivel, and you got a hinge here. Oop, just undid it. And you got a hinge there, and there you go. If you want to pose him a bit. He actually balances pretty well considering his legs are so far back. He actually balances pretty well, I say, as he falls over. Yeah, as long as his feet are, you know, nice and planted, he does balance pretty well. Yeah, it's a pretty solid alt mode. Pretty nice looking, pretty movie accurate. So there you go. Quick comparisons. Here he is with Studio Series Grimlock, just because, well, yeah, he did attack a lot of them. He did in fact attack a lot of these things. So yeah, you can see it's weird. I recall Grimlock and Wheelie. Yeah, the thing is about the Dinobots, I had a tendency to get bigger in their alt modes, so it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, he's kind of technically out of scale here because Grimlock was kind of massive in that scene. Here he is with a Hot Rod and Cup. Although hot rod doesn't want to stand right now. You can see, again, I think this is about right for, you know, what that scene where, you know, Hot Rod punched one in the mouth. This seems to be about right scale, but other times it's like he seems like he might be a little too big, but it's, again, scale was always kind of iffy in that cartoon. Even in the movie, as much budget it had. Here he is with the Earthrise Quintus on, without the chair. Just, yeah, seems right. Here he is with an Alicon, which I believe the Alicon actually might be a bit small here, but again, it's a bit nebulous. Yeah, you can see an Alicon. And finally, here he is with the Titans Return Gnaw. See quite the size difference there in this. There we go. You can see quite the size difference there. So, is that. All right, so the comparisons are done. So let's go ahead and do the transformation. And it's actually pretty straightforward. First thing you got to do is take the tail and pop that off because that becomes a weapon. So don't complain about parts forming because it's a weapon. So yeah, it doesn't count as far as I'm concerned anyway. Here I like to take the Destructicon arms, just kind of move them straight back like this, just to put them in the right place. And then you take here, this untabs, and you just take pretty much the whole thing here and just move that all forward like that. It's on multiple hinges. You want to make sure to just get it all out of the way right here, like so. Go ahead and take these the legs here, and they unpeg from the back here, and just straighten these out. Oop, and bring them out like that. Just straighten them out and bring them out, and then go ahead and down here and take the heels and open those up, like so. Right, and then right here, you want to go ahead and take this piece and move it back. And it's supposed to tab in, but it kind of, on mine and apparently several others, it has a tendency to spring back out of its tabs. But yeah, they'll sit like this just fine. It won't be a huge problem. So yeah, just bring it down like that, and then take this piece and rotate this around like this. Get the arms down and out of the way. Then you can take this stuff and bring this back, and there's these little tabs right here that will go in these little slots here. When this is all lined up correctly, you want to bring this all back down. You want to take this fin and rotate it around like this and bring this all down. Good chance the fin will pop itself out. Bring the Sharkticon head, the top of the head as far back as possible. You want to bring this down like that. Bring the head's on a platform, you bring this and just pop that back. And then take the fists and pop them out of there. Rotate them out of the arms. And you've pretty much got Gnaw transformed into his robot mode. Okay, so his robot mode here is, well, again, pretty movie accurate for the most part. I mean, there's some liberties taken here and there, I think. But, you know, he's kind of got that weird, very, well, rotundness to he had in the movie and everything. And, kind of that weird, you know, that thing, like, you know, those bodybuilders, you know, those weightlifters, you know, kind of, they're, well, or I guess linebackers or whatever, actually in very good physical shape, but they don't look like it until, well, you find out very quickly they very much are. You can take this thing, the flail, I guess, and put it in his hand if you want. And of course, take the gun, put it in the hand as well. It's got a very shallow peg right here. You see that? It's got a very shallow peg. And my problem is, on this guy, I don't know what it is, but, you know, like this, he holds these guns pretty solid. They're very solid in his hands and everything, no problem. But if I swap the weapons around, this is incredibly loose. Like, it doesn't take much. I don't know why, but yeah, it's just some weird thing. Just things are just slightly off enough, so I have to he has to hold his weapons like this. So that's a thing, which is a little annoying. You know, like it's noted in the transformation, yeah, the backpack's supposed to tab in all the way, and it's not for some reason. I don't know what's going on there, but that's just how it is. It's not, again, it's not the end of the world, but it is a little annoying that it doesn't quite tab in correctly. Yeah, this thing kind of easily just doesn't really tab in or anything. It just kind of rests down there, so it's easy to accidentally knock it loose. But overall, I still think it's pretty solid. Again, you can see a lot, you know, the belly of this. Yeah, his little white belly kind of exposed. You got a little bit of green there. His purple legs, his blue boots, his head. Yeah, he's got this little red thing, and he's got green eyes, which are really deeply recessed in there. So it kind of gives this weird, like, shadowy look to it. Almost looks like the green almost looks like pupils because of the shading, whatnot. And he's also got purple hands, I guess. Yeah. So that's nice bit of sculpted detail in there. So yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks good. It looks like the movie, and I like it. Yeah, articulation. His head is on a ball joint, I believe. Yeah, although it's kind of recessed in there, so it's a little difficult, and it's also on a bit of an angle. But you got left and right. You got up and down. You got although that's kind of looks weird. Yeah. And he's got a little itty bitty bit of wide angle, but his helmet shape kind of prevents anything further from happening. His shoulders can go full 360. They go outward about that far. You got a bicep swivel, elbows a little over 90 degrees. No wrist swivel. They can go inward if they're not holding a weapon. No waist due to the transformation, unfortunately. Yeah, this thing kind of gets in the way of that. Hips go forward that far. Backwards that far. Outwards only about that far. You got thigh swivel, you got knee bend, which, good 90 degrees there. Also, it can bend forward that much if you want to. Feet, you got an ankle tilt, which, yeah, it's a very extreme ankle tilt. The heel can move down, and I guess because of transformation, you kind of fake a double jointed knee, although kind of looks weird. So you got some backwards on the ankle as well, but yeah, that's pretty much it right there. Backwards movement on the ankle, but yeah, that's pretty much all your lot. And yeah, the other thing that bothered me is this, because this isn't secure in place super well. If you push this in too much, it pops the fin out a bit. That's annoying, a little bit. That's another little problem I have with it. And I just popped it back out again. Yeah, that's a little annoying. Yeah, more comparisons though. Another one with Grimlock, because he did transform. This is where he transformed. Yeah, so again, Grimlock might be a little small for this, but again, they cheated a lot. Cup and Hot Rod. Again, looks about right, in my opinion, in this mode. That's the thing. Again, Earthrise Quintesson. The Earthrise Alicon. Which, yeah, I think that's about right, honestly. Maybe the Alicon's supposed to be a little taller, but I can work with that, personally. And the Triton's Return, Gnaw. Yeah, significant size difference there. Also got the thing slightly off. There we go. Yeah, significant size difference, a bit different body shape in general, but yeah. I will say, the one thing the Titan's Return Gnaw has over this one, I think, is it hides the head better in the alt mode. But other than that, this is just a more involved transformation, and it's a little more posable. And it's just, he doesn't have like basically a no back with massive heel kibble, and he can bend his arms better. So yeah, this is a pretty solid thing. If you're yeah, probably also easy to army build, I guess, because, Sharkticon's a lot of them. So yeah, someone buying a ton of them. I guess you can do the whole thing where, like, you can give them extra arms if you want, but it's kind of, yeah. If you want, yeah, it's yeah, it's a thing. And of course, he comes with a backdrop, which is the pit, the Sharkticon pit, or close to it. Yeah, any which way you can put them there. Backdrop. You got the 8608 and all that stuff, and yeah. It's actually funny enough, the same backdrop that comes with the slag, but yeah, just smaller. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, pretty, because it's deluxe, pretty easy to army build. He's starting to pop up everywhere right about now. I got mine from this one actually came from Entertainment Earth. But yeah, Amazon, Walmart, Target, they're all getting theirs, and I think Target anyway, are all getting theirs in stock now. So it's becoming a lot easier to get one right now. So yeah, if you're trying to army build, I guess. Personally, I say wait until everyone gets there at least one before you start going crazy with army building. But there you go. There's a Gnaw. Looks good. Well, it's gonna definitely go with my movie guys and with you who are in front of Unicron and all that stuff. So yeah, I think he's great. Fun. He's fun. Little transformation. Pretty solid. Just a couple little minor things. Again, the the weirdness with the back not tabbing in properly and some loose parts, but nothing world-ending. So that's it. I hope you found this informative and entertaining. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitter. I'm Nemesis Prime 1. Check out my Coffee and my Patreon. And I'll see you next time with another video review.